Enjoy this sneak peek from CX Auto 2026, hosted by Thought Leadership Summits in partnership with Automotive News Congress.
Why automotive? I know there's always a story there, so it's kind of I guess, an obvious question. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been in customer experience since customer experience didn't really have a name for it, for a large resort group that had about 60 resorts around the country, and enjoyed that role. Had different elements of marketing in my role, analytics, customer communications, escalations, operations management, that really started to form around this concept of CX. And then I guess it was about 7 years ago, got an outreach from this little company called Holman, asking if I might want to have a conversation about doing the same sort of thing, starting up a customer experience program for their retail automotive division, and said that actually sounds really intriguing. I don't consider myself a super car guy. I geek out over certain vehicles and certain models, but it was a kind of a serendipitous thing. I had some family members around me who've been involved in the space, so when I said, "Hey, I'm thinking about leaving the resort and hospitality world to go to the car business," there was a lot of interest in that. And once I met with different folks at Holman, it's just such a fantastic organization. It was really hard to say no to the opportunity. Now, that opportunity did mean moving from South Florida to South Jersey, which is not the general direction most people tend to go. But I'll tell you what, it's worked out. It's worked out well, and I wouldn't change a thing.
So, what was customer experience called in your former life, and why do you think they changed the naming of it? I'm just curious.
I think everything was around customer service back then, and it was more just responding to incoming things, whether those were incoming phone calls or emails or eventually chats. You were just hitting the tennis ball back across the court into the customer's field, not looking at how all of those different touch points were connecting together to what a holistic experience is. As things started to evolve, as there started to be more relationship-based surveys that started coming out, and you started to get a bigger picture of, it's not just that one customer service experience and the product experience that you have over here. It's the collective view and feeling that you leave your customers or guests with at the whole, following not just one interaction, but many. Like, what's that lasting impression? And I think that's when the industry and the discipline of CX really started to catch on, when people started to understand that lasting impression means a lot.
Get your ticket today for CX Auto 2026, hosted by Thought Leadership Summits in partnership with Automotive News Congress.